bro, you can take a shot. Anthony Joshua hits you with probably his hardest shot that we've seen drop every other single fighter that he's fought.
Yeah.
And he hit you in the face, and not only did you not get knocked out, you dropped and said, wow.
I was like, wow, that was nice. I was on the ground. I was like, that was a good shot.
Dude.
Did he surprise you with his power?
No, to be honest, no. But, I mean, he surprised my jaw.
Jake Paul stepping into the ring with Anthony Joshua wasn't just another boxing match. This was one of the boldest, most talked about decisions of Jake Paul's entire career. A YouTuber turned boxer going up against a former heavyweight champion of the world. That's not normal. That's risky. And that's exactly why the whole world was watching. Today, we're breaking down what really happened in the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight. How it started, how it ended, why it shocked so many people, and what this moment means for both fighters moving forward. No hype, no fan bias, just real talk. Let's get into it. This fight wasn't just about punches. It was about respect, limits, and reality. It was about seeing how far confidence can really take you when skill and experience are on the other side of the ring. And once that bell rang, everything became very real, very fast. If you would have said 5 years ago that Jake Paul would be boxing Anthony Joshua, people would have laughed. But Jake didn't just wake up one day and end up here. He's been building toward this moment, piece by piece. Jake Paul started boxing as a joke in a lot of people's eyes. Social media personality, loud trash talk, flashy entrances. Nobody took it seriously at first. But over time, he kept training, kept fighting, and kept putting himself in tougher situations. He beat other influencers, former MMA fighters, and even started calling out real boxers. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua is the complete opposite story. Olympic gold medalist, multiple-time heavyweight champion, a man who has shared the ring with the best fighters in the world. He didn't come up through hype. He came up through discipline, structure, and elite competition. So when rumors of this fight started circulating, it felt unreal. But once it was announced, the conversation exploded. People weren't asking if it would be entertaining. They were asking if it was even safe. Because once you strip away the hype, the numbers told a different story. Anthony Joshua is a heavyweight in every sense of the word. Taller, heavier, stronger, and way more experienced. He's been in championship rounds, survived wars, and knocked out elite fighters. Jake Paul, even with years of training, was stepping into unfamiliar territory. The size difference alone raised eyebrows. Joshua has natural power that comes from years of heavyweight conditioning. Jake had to gain weight just to make the fight possible. That's not something you adjust to overnight. People online were split. Some admired Jake's confidence and willingness to take the risk. Others felt like this was crossing a line, not because Jake doesn't train, but because boxing at the heavyweight level is unforgiving. And once the fight began, that reality became impossible to ignore. Belief can take you far, but in boxing, weight, timing, and experience don't care how confident you are. When the bell rang, Jake didn't look scared. He came out moving, staying light on his feet, trying to keep distance. You could tell the game plan was to avoid exchanges and survive the early pressure. And honestly, for a moment, it looked like he might hang in there. Anthony Joshua wasn't rushing. He was patient, calm, and watching everything. He wasn't swinging wild. He was measuring distance, setting traps, and slowly walking Jake down. The first couple rounds had tension. Jake landed a few shots. The crowd reacted. Social media lit up. People started saying, wait, is he really doing this?
Anthony Joshua is trying to find him. As the fight goes longer, all those big actions, the shots, the big overhand rights, all those things were starting to fatigue Paul. So Joshua keeps stalking. Then he starts throwing the jab. By the fifth round, he knocked him down twice. I thought the fight was going to be over. So at one point, he started limping. It looked like that was the moment he was going to throw in the towel and say, you know what, I'm done, I'm injured, I'm hurt. Hats off to Jake. He kept trying to fight. He kept getting up when he could have quit on himself. We get to the sixth round, and you can just tell that it's over.
He does land his best shot at the moment. Not that much is going to happen. And it almost, there's a left hook.
Right hand, right down. And look at Jake Paul's face.
But that feeling didn't last long, because once Joshua found his timing, the fight changed. By the middle rounds, Anthony Joshua began landing clean shots. Not flashy punches, heavy ones. The kind that don't just score points but drain energy and confidence. Jake started slowing down. His movement wasn't as sharp. His guard dropped more often, and Joshua noticed. This is where experience shows up. Joshua wasn't emotional. He wasn't trying to end it fast. He stayed composed, kept pressure, and waited for openings. Then came the knockdowns. Jake went down, got back up, tried to stay composed. But once a heavyweight starts landing clean, it becomes less about heart and more about survival. And by the next exchange, it was clear the end was close. This is the moment when boxing stops being entertainment and turns into danger. When instincts take over and the body can't keep up with the mind. In the 6th round, Joshua landed a right hand that ended the fight instantly. Jake hit the canvas hard. The referee didn't hesitate. The fight was over. No controversy, no confusion, just a clean, decisive knockout. The arena went silent for a moment before exploding. Some fans cheered, others were shocked, and Jake Paul, for the first time in his boxing career, was knocked out cold. This wasn't a close decision or a technical stoppage. This was a reminder of what heavyweight power really looks like, because the damage didn't stop when the bell rang. After the fight, reports came out that Jake suffered a broken jaw and needed surgery. Plates, recovery time, liquid diet. This wasn't a small injury. This was serious. For Jake, this loss wasn't just on paper. It changed things. His undefeated confidence took a hit. His ranking took a hit. And most importantly, his future direction became uncertain. But at the same time, something else happened. A lot of people gained respect for him. Not because he won, but because he showed up. He didn't duck the challenge. He didn't make excuses. He stepped into the ring and faced reality head on. That counts for something. Sometimes the biggest lessons come when things don't go your way. For Anthony Joshua, this fight was a statement. Not because Jake Paul was his toughest opponent, but because it reminded the world who he is. After recent ups and downs in his career, Joshua needed a dominant performance, and that's exactly what he delivered. Calm, controlled, and powerful. He didn't underestimate Jake. He respected the moment, stayed disciplined, and handled business like a veteran. And that's why people still see him as one of the top heavyweights in the world. This win reset the conversation around Joshua. It put him back in position for bigger fights and reminded fans that experience still matters. And once the fight ended, the online world went crazy. Social media exploded instantly. Clips of the knockout spread everywhere. Some people praised Joshua. Some criticized the matchup. Others debated whether Jake should continue boxing at all. You had fans saying Jake earned respect for stepping up. You had critics saying this fight should have never happened. And you had endless memes, reaction videos, and hot takes flooding timelines. That's the thing about fights like this. They don't just end in the ring. They live on through conversation. Not because of the result, but because of what it represented. Now the big question, what's next? For Jake Paul, recovery comes first. Healing his jaw, taking time away, and reassessing his path. Many believe his future lies at cruiserweight, where size mismatches aren't as extreme. Whether he continues chasing titles or pivots, his career again remains to be seen. For Anthony Joshua, bigger fights are back on the table. Fans are already talking about potential matchups with other heavyweight stars. His confidence is up, and his position in the sport feels solid again. This fight closed one chapter and opened several others. Let's bring it all together. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua wasn't about proving who's tougher. It was about understanding limits. Jake learned that boxing at the highest level comes with real consequences. Joshua proved that experience and discipline still rule the ring. This fight showed the difference between ambition and mastery, between confidence and control, and between hype and legacy. Both fighters walked away changed in different ways. The boxing ring doesn't care about fame, followers, or confidence. It only respects preparation, skill, and experience. Now I want to hear from you. Did Jake Paul earn respect even in defeat? Should he continue boxing at this level? And where does Anthony Joshua go next? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy breakdowns like this, Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.